Welcome to the Community Difference Frisco. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. Hosted by Brian Poduska. And sponsored by Real Property Management Focus. Certainty Home Lending. Donovan Creative Agency. Bethany Rowan with Rowan Homes. The Frisco Fighters Arena Football Team. Total Care. PBJ Mortgage. Best Buddies. The Frisco Rough Riders Baseball Team. And by Team Watson Redeemers.
The Community Difference Frisco was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Frisco starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Community Difference Frisco show. You are watching episode 31. We are a community-based podcast, and what I mean by that is we bring on guests every week. We have two rotating co-hosts that bring on their guests every week. They are one of 5 different platforms or pillars within the community. That would be business owners, entrepreneurs, community leaders, that's politicians, board members, committee members, Frisco ISD leadership. We have nonprofit leadership, and we have sports leadership. This is Sports City, USA. After all, we are in Frisco, Texas, and today we are joined by our co-host, the head coach of the Frisco Fighters, one of our sports sponsorships here on the station, and as part of the difference in total. So we also have a rotating business topic of the month. We are in July. Our business topic of July is Beyond Referrals, developing strategic partnerships that create new business together. So we will talk about that topic in our second segment of the show. And that's us in a nutshell. My name is Brian Poduska. I'm the owner of Real Property Management Focus, where we focus on real estate investments, headquartered here in Frisco, Texas. I live in Frisco, Texas, have for the last 12 years. Couldn't have picked a better place to relocate to from the Chicago area. So without further ado, Lennon, why don't we bring in our co-hosts for today and say hello to them. Chance and Coach Coles, how are we doing today?
Doing great. Excited to be here.
Well, glad to have you guys back on the docket here. Excited to meet your guests. What I'd like you guys to do is 2 things. One, introduce yourself to the audience, reintroduce, I guess I should say, yourselves to the audience, and tell me what you're most excited about to get into on the show today. Chance, let's start with you.
Hi, my name's Chance Post. I'm the Director of Marketing for Total Care. And today, it's a really great topic for us. One of the things, going beyond the referrals and getting to that next level, getting to those partners and those strategic relationships. So I'm excited to hear more information about that and how that plays in with the sports marketing with Coach Coles. But I'm really excited because some of the stuff we're doing at Total Care is building those partnerships. And even my guest, Dr. Frankham, does quite a bit of networking and has a lot of strategic partnerships. So I think this is going to be really interesting today.
Awesome. Love it. And we'll come back and I'll let you introduce Dr. Frankham. Let's go to Coach Coles real quick. Who are you, Coach Coles? Remind the audience, and what are you most excited about to get into today? Oh, you're on mute, I think. Uh-oh. I'm not hearing you.
Yeah. He's lost audio.
Yeah, we see your mouth moving, but we can't hear you.
Let's see.
Oh, we got you now.
You got it? All right, sorry.
But before you go, Coach, so let me just remind everybody watching, we are a live radio show, live stream. So what you see is what you get. which oftentimes, we muscle through some technical difficulties from time to time. We curse, so be prepared for whatever you're going to see. You're going to get. So, Coach Coles, go ahead, take it away.
Yeah. Normally, I mute myself to start, and this time I unmuted it, and it zapped me out. But I'm happy to be here. My name is Andre Coles. I'm the head coach of the Frisco Fighters indoor football team, and I'm excited today to learn how other businesses and maybe learn some other strategies, because I've been so immersed in just creating these partnerships from the sports side, and I'm looking to hear from our guest today and hear from Chance of how that looks in other businesses. And the same thing with our guest today, LJ, who is a financial advisor. So I'm looking forward to learning how this affects businesses outside of sports.
Love that. Well, and I think we've learned a lot through our partnership with you guys, the Fighters and Dallas Stars. And we've taken that, out to the business community and vice versa. So I love that. I love that perspective. Chance, I'm going to kick it over to you. I'd like you to introduce your guest, and same question for him.
Yeah. So my guest today is Dr. Max Frankum. He is our medical director at our Frisco ER, and he is a longtime Frisco resident, and he's got a lot of pretty interesting hobbies and things he's done, but he's a doctor, he's a veterinarian, and I think he was a cowboy. I'll let him, we may get into that and maybe in the rapid fire, but he's got a lot of pretty cool activities he does. And I met him working at Total Care, but one of the things that we've done together is we've been out marketing together, working on relationships and networking. So I thought he'd be a great guest for today just because of the topic, and he's constantly building his network, whether it be with Total Care. I think he's got some other businesses, but he's building his personal network just like we are here on this show, along with, obviously, we both work for Total Care, but he's also doing those next level things. So I think you guys are going to find him to be great. So welcome to the show, Dr. Franklin.
Thank you.
Well, Dr. Franklin, what are you most looking to get out of the show today, or most excited about?
Well, I am most excited about the expansive, rapid growth of Frisco, Texas.
Yes, sir.
The city, USA, is not only the safest city in America, it's the best city to do business in the United States. It's the fastest rising city in the United States last year. It is an exciting and a dynamic place to be. I just want to be part of it.
Yes, sir. Well, I love that attitude. So let's go. We'll dive into that topic a little bit later and see all these opportunities that Frisco does offer. Coach Coles, I'm going to kick it over to you. I'd like you to introduce your guest as well.
Yeah, so my guest today is LJ McConnell. This guy is near and dear to my heart, as he's one of my players, but he's also out in the business world, out in Frisco and out in Dallas, working as a financial advisor. So him and I often have these conversations, whether we're on the road, traveling, after practice, about helping him to build his business and what he can learn, from the fighters and how that can translate into what he's doing. And it's all about building partnerships and making connections and kind of getting to know who you know. The good thing about LJ is he's younger than me. So there's different strategies, to reach his age group that I may not know, where initially it may not seem appealing to me, but it's working for him when it comes to social media and some of the things that he's putting out. So I just think that he would bring a really good perspective to an athletic audience, and also the younger audience, kind of early 20s, mid 20s, to the topic today. So LJ, thanks for being on today. And what are you most excited about learning today from the group?
Yeah, so I just want to say I appreciate the opportunity to get on here and share my thoughts and, to learn from you guys also. But I'm excited to learn about how you guys reach out to the community, and maybe even in your other businesses or businesses that you have right now, to learn about how I can reach out to more referrals and things of that sort. I'm also willing to just hear y'all stories. Y'all got a lot of experience on me, I guess I should say, and this should be a great opportunity. So I appreciate y'all having me on here.
Well, that's awesome, LJ. We look forward to hearing your full story. Coach Coles gave a quick overview there, but I'm always excited to hear about that transition from professional athlete into the business world. You hear the stories of the pitfalls and some of the negative stories of people blowing all their money, pro athletes blowing all their money, blowing through all their money. It sounds like you're taking that approach of not that, you had a massive contract that you can fall back on, but really taking the learnings from sports and pulling those into the business world. We talk about that all the time on this show. Lennon Wilson, who's behind the scenes, he's producing the show, creator of The Difference, and self-proclaimed sports nerd like myself. We talk about the discipline of an athlete and athletics in general. They apply 100% to the business world. So look forward to getting into that a little bit later in the show. But right now, we do have to take a quick commercial break, give our sponsors some love. So enjoy that, audience, and we will be back with What's Up Frisco.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus. Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending. Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers. Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency. Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking. Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. Tracy Churchman with Best Buddies. Kristen King, marketing rep with the Frisco Rough Riders. And by Bethany Rowan, realtor with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Frisco?
All right, welcome back. And this is the What's Up Frisco segment, as you heard there in the little intro. This is the time of the show where we talk about what's going on in Frisco. So it's not necessarily the stuff that you're going to find off of Google. It is the maybe the networking events that aren't as publicized. Maybe it's the fundraiser that your business partner has going on that you're looking to help. Maybe it's just some fun neighborhood thing that you want to share. So those are examples of the events that we're going to talk about real quick here. Let's go to Chance first. Chance, why don't you share what's up Frisco? You're on mute, my friend. One of these days, we'll learn it. I'm guilty of it myself. Like I said, we're a live show, so what you see is what you get. What's up, my man? What you got?
The first thing on my list is that we're participating in Frisco is the new teacher orientation. So every single new teacher, you get a chance to have a booth and you can attend. But one of the great things about it is you don't just meet the teachers. It's a great networking event. There's all different kinds of business, even like financial planners that set up shop. You get to meet 300 or 400 vendors, and you get to meet every single new teacher, every single school administrators there, a lot of the high level business contacts that are running the school system in Frisco are there. So it's really a great event. And it might be, and I brought it up because I think sometimes that might be something that business owners are overlooking because they're thinking, oh, it's just teachers. Well, what we deal with is teachers. Teachers never have time to go to the doctor during the day, have problems. They have tons of students. School nurses are so busy. They're sending us patients all the time. And so I always thought that was one of the great things that we used to do that was really good for bringing in business. So I kind of wanted to highlight that for other business owners if they haven't thought about engaging with and you're also helping the local Frisco students. So it's kind of a win all the way around. The second thing I thought was interesting is they have started construction on South Main Street in the Rail District. I think that's right in your neighborhood, right, Brian?
Well, it's not where I live, but it's where I operate for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a couple buildings in downtown Frisco that, it's that time, time for project.
So they kind of said that, hey, you'll have the south side will be closed, but they'll have 2-lane traffic, so it's going to be a little thick. But all the businesses are remaining open, and we want to support those guys down there, even if there's a little bit of construction. So those are the two big things. I think I know when I talk with the stuff that we do in the community, there's tons and tons of ribbon cuttings. I don't think this is the format for it, but I would like to bring that up that you do need to check with the Frisco Chamber to make sure you are supporting those local businesses and meeting their needs. And you're meeting a lot of different business owners that also support, that come out to the openings of and there's a ton of new businesses opening every week in Frisco. So I think that's a key also.
Amen to that. Awesome. Love it. All right, Coach Coles, you've got a small little thing called the playoffs coming up. Certainly, let's talk a little bit about that because we want to make sure everybody knows when you're going to be in town. I don't think you exactly know it yet. There's a few dominoes that need to fall, but tell us what's up, Frisco, and certainly tell us what's up with the Fighters.
Yeah, absolutely. So we know that we will be home for the first week of playoffs, which will be July 27th, 6 o'clock here at the Comerica Center in Frisco. But we do have one more regular season home game this Saturday against the Iowa Barnstormers. It is Texas-style wrestling night for us here. So we partnered with TSW Wrestling. They're bringing out a full wrestling ring. They're bringing out their full roster of wrestlers. During our timeouts, they're going to be putting on performances. And then post-game, while we do our autograph session, they're going to put on a full show in our end zone there. So you kind of get a 2-for-1 ticket this weekend. If you've never seen, the TSW Wrestling crew or Frisco Fighters game, it's a perfect opportunity. Once again, family-friendly, cheap tickets for us, and, just a good overall experience. So we'd love to have your support not only this weekend, but next weekend coming into the playoffs. We don't know who our opponent is yet for that game, but we do know that game will be in Frisco. So we look forward to seeing as many of you as possible for the next 2 weekends.
Love that, and love the wrestling that I ran into Matt England at the chamber breakfast this morning, and he mentioned the wrestling thing. I'm like, dude, it's going to be right there on the field. He said, yeah, they're bringing in, like you said, a full ring, and let's go.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about partnerships, and you got to think outside of
John, you can't get better than that. We're talking about partnerships. A whole nother industry, a whole nother sports league.
A whole nother sport, a whole nother industry. And what we've learned with indoor football is that we share a lot of the same fans. So if you're a Frisco Fighter fan, our diehard fans are really, really close to wrestling fans. So we could talk about connecting your bridges and strategic partnerships. That one made sense for us, even though on paper it may not seem like it.
Okay, we've got a future business opportunity for Frisco to add to Sports City USA. We get a professional wrestling troupe right here in Frisco.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Coach. Appreciate that update on the Fighters. LJ and Dr. Frankham, I don't know if you guys have anything, but if this is now a great time, if you know of any fundraisers or events or anything that you guys are tied to, not mandatory, but if you have something, would love to hear about it.
I don't have really too much to say except for just, playing ball wise with the Frisco Fighters. We're going to do everything we can in our ability, right, to get the job done and win these next 2 games. And then hopefully get a 3rd game and, get to Vegas. So Frisco deserves it. I know that we've tried and came short a couple years in a row now, but I think this could be the year. So, yeah.
Okay, love that. Well, and also I'll also mention this because, Coach Coles, you've highlighted it before in the past, but a lot of the community events that you guys do as a team, I think you're out weekly in the community. Anything that you know of that's coming up, or I'm sure you guys are busy game planning, but if there's anything that you guys are specifically targeted to hit the next few weeks, would love to hear about that.
Yeah. So one thing that we do have this Sunday will be at, if I butcher the name, please forgive me, but it's Fireside Surf. We'll be there on Sunday from 11 to 1. We're going to do just a fan appreciation event. It's a new business up in the Colony at the Grandscape. So the full team will be there. All of our season ticket members will be there, and all of our sponsors will be there just to hang out and kind of celebrate the season and break bread together and just shake hands and get to know each other a little bit better before we start playoffs. So we do have that on Sunday with a new partner that we have over there and in the Grandscape. And I'm always going to plug Love Packs. As Chance talked about the school district, they feed a lot of those kids and those families that can't afford. So if you're looking to volunteer, if you're looking to give back to something here in Frisco, I would definitely get in touch with Love Packs. They will let you come on your time whenever you're free and whenever you're available to help out there.
Love that. That's a fantastic organization. I'm glad you plugged them because that is a great organization and they need all the help they can get. So appreciate that. Dr. Frankham, do you have anything today? If not, that's okay. We can move on. Just let me know, yes or no. Thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yes.
Okay. It's all yours, my man.
Thanks. Total Care has an ongoing nonprofit organization where we do medical missions in Africa, Kenya. In fact, we have a team of roughly 40, 50 people in Kenya right now providing free medical services, medications, diagnostic testing. We'll be going to Lebanon. It's all free to underprivileged people who desperately need the services. I went last year. It is a tremendous organization.
Love that. Perfect. Well, thank you for letting us know about that. I've also got a few things that I want to talk about. We've highlighted this on some of the shows in the past, but I think we have a splash screen for it. There is an act coming into downtown Frisco, of all places. This dude is national. There he is right there. So the Extraordinary Card Magic of Jason Ledane. He, if you haven't seen his reels, just look up his name and you'll see a bunch of reels and shorts of some of his card tricks. They're absolutely amazing. The dude is hilarious. He's sarcastic. He curses a little bit, so just be aware that it's going to be a little R-rated. He does his show nationally. He's coming to Frisco. You can see the dates there, October 18th and 19th, 8 p.m. at the NAC Theater in downtown Frisco. Small, comfy venue, seats I think about 200, something like that, 300 people. So it is a great way. It's going to be an interactive show. So get your tickets for that now. They will absolutely sell out for sure. Secondly, I want to highlight our new, I guess we'll call it our inaugural business networking event in partnership with the Frisco Fighters and the Dallas Stars. There it is up on the screen right there. It is July 27th. I don't think we have the date on this one, but I'll talk to it. It's July 27th, so it happens to coincide with your playoff game, Coach. It is that morning at the Choctaw Club Lounge right there in Comerica Center in Frisco. It is 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. We're working on a guest speaker right now, but come. It's free breakfast, free networking. Learn more about the Business Development Alliance and how you can be part of it and how you can become part of the difference. So that is that event. And I believe we also want to talk a little bit about our founder, Lennon Wilson, the magic man behind the curtains here producing. But Lennon, I'm going to let you talk a little bit about your recently published book and tell the audience what it's about. There it is right there. So I will hand it over to you, my man.
Well, thank you, Brian. This is something I've been working on for about 10 years. And if you've ever written a book before, you start over many, many times, because just when you get about halfway through it, it takes so long. You've learned something new that you want to include. So you start all over, and we finally made it to the end. And I'm really excited about this book. It's the entrepreneurial difference. And what it does is it goes beyond networking and referral dependence. And it is a 12-chapter book that has a workbook after each chapter. And it helps you understand the power of one of the subjects y'all are going to talk about today, building new business together. But it starts with networking. It goes into content creation. It goes into top-of-mind strategies, brand differentiation and brand relevance, as well as SEO, all of it. But it doesn't just talk about it individually. It connects it. Each chapter connects to the next chapter so that you have an ecosystem of business growth and development, and you're not kind of fractured and going all in 5-10 different directions and trying to see how and trying to grow your business and put those pieces of the puzzle together. So it's on Amazon now. We will have some of these available at the networking thing this a week from Saturday. So we hope to see anybody that's a business professional there. There's going to be a lot of good networking, business mixing, and everything like that.
Love it. Well, thanks, Lennon. I appreciate that. And congratulations on getting that done. 10 years in the making. You're right. I can't even imagine. I've never tried to write a book. I don't think I ever will. Maybe I will. Who knows? But the 10-year project, to see that come to fruition is pretty rewarding. So congratulations on that. What I love about it too is it ties in all the aspects of what we're doing at the difference, right? It puts it very concisely and nicely in a book that anybody can purchase and lift and shift and apply to their world. So
I will say one thing. The funny part about it is, like I said, it took me 10 years to write it for a lot of different reasons. But as I got into the later chapters, one of the chapters is about setting timelines. And as I'm writing that chapter, and I'm thinking, this is why I haven't gotten this book finished, because I don't have a timeline to do it. Yeah. So writing the book and working on the book helped me finish the book, because I had to start applying the principles that the book actually teaches. And of course, Coach Coles knows this. LJ knows this too, man. Sports is in a timeline, right? You got 4 quarters to get the job done, and nobody cares if you didn't show up for the first 3. They just don't. You get it done now. You've got so many days in a week to get practice done, so that when you show up on game day, you're ready to go. We all need to be mindful of our timelines, because that is really what allows us to grow, develop, and get better.
Lyndon, let me ask you a quick question on that, because I've been following this. We've been networking together for a little bit, but the technology, there's so many things that have turboed. You look at 10 years, man. The technology's got to be just blowing your mind a little bit.
So that chance is perfect, because that is one reason that there was such a long delay, if you want to call it a delay, is because you would start to put something in there, and by the time you knew that you were going to have it finished, that was going to be obsolete. So I had to wrap my head around, how can I talk about technology and kind of leave that door open for the future and for the advancement of technology. Yeah. And so, you've got to do a lot of research to figure that out. I'm not Nostradamus in any form, but it's going to change. It's going to be different tomorrow than it was today. Algorithms are different this month than they were last month. So I hope that I was able to bring awareness to how to prepare for the changes, right? To be adaptable more than anything else.
Yeah, love that. And I don't know how you how you actually publish a book. And Chance, I was actually thinking about your question from a different perspective, right? The technology of actually publishing a book has changed, right? Oh, yeah. So that's probably freeing in some way, shape, or form, but also challenging in the same way. So yeah, pick up that book. Lennon has the QR code there. Why don't you flash it up real quick again, Lennon? There it is. Scan that QR code. Come to our event, the 27th at Comerica Stadium there, and pick yourself up a actual hard copy of it. I'm sure if you pay Lennon enough, or just shake his hand, he might sign it for you. And do a little bit of networking. Have some free breakfast. Come see us on the 27th over at.
I'll put the link. I'll put the Amazon link in the comments as well.
Awesome, perfect, cool. Well, I think that wraps up our What's Up Frisco segment. Good stuff, guys. Appreciate sharing all that information. And heck, we've talked about it almost enough, or at least referenced it enough. We're going to move into discussing the business topic of the month. We've talked about the partnership aspect on multiple different, conversation strings here. So, official topic: beyond referrals, developing strategic partnerships that create new business together. And I think the key there is new business, right? Partnerships depend, no matter how old they are, how new they are. How do you guys create new business? I think is always a challenge for us. Let's just kick this off, I guess, with a definition, right? And let me ask the group, and Coach Coles, I'll start with you. Define strategic partnership from your perspective, and we can go from the sports perspective to the business perspective, but define it in your own words.
Yeah. So to me, when it comes to a strategic partnership, it's looking at which area or which bucket each business is looking to fill, because you can very well partner and it not benefit the area that you're trying to grow in. So I think it's first looking internally and understanding, where do I need to grow, or where do we need to get better, and then identifying a partner that can help you get better in that area, and then fulfilling that need for them at the same time. So when we talk about strategy, I think to me, it plays into who can help me and who can I help grow in the area that they're looking to grow in the most.
Yeah, I like that. And strategic partnership, strategic alliance, I've changed my definition on that as I've gone through, because when I first launched my business, I always thought of, okay, a strategic alliance for me would be a fellow realtor, right? So I'm a realtor myself. I own a property management company, fellow realtors, fellow real estate investors, that sort of thing. I had to change my thinking beyond just kind of the very simple, somebody else who's in the industry. Strategic partnership could come from anywhere, as I've thought about it more so, right? So I guess, Chance, let me ask you, and then I'd like some guest feedback too.
Sure.
Where do you guys fish, especially since both of you and Dr. Frankum are, and you mentioned your partnership from a marketing standpoint. Where do you guys look for your strategic alliances?
So for one thing, with us, with healthcare, I think we usually turn to the healthcare side of things. We're sort of the emergency room, but then we can partner with bigger hospitals, surgery centers, and all different forms of different types of doctors that do different things. So one of the things we can do is look at who's the best, who's doing the best in the industry, partner with them, and then we can learn from them. What are they doing that's working? How are they getting more patients? So that's one thing we do is partner with different healthcare providers strategically, and then look at what do they do. Then, like what you guys said, well, who's really good at SEO? Who's good at social media? Who's out there? Who's out and about? That's in the community doing a good job, and that's where I learn about them on like doing stuff with you guys on this show. But I think that's where we learn. And then, one of the keys also is providing good content. And one thing we can provide is that we have all of our ERs. We have a data team, so we can tell you, well, looks like we're seeing a lot of flu this week, or we're seeing this disease or whatever ailment is popping up in our ERs. We can then notify a weekly or monthly our preferred providers, people that work with us, and we can let them know, hey, we're seeing a lot of this now. So if you're a primary care doctor and you work with us, we're going to give you a heads up. Hey, it looks like this flu season's getting worse every week. We're seeing more patients. So that's one of the ways I think that you could look like, what can you provide as a good piece of content to help your partners, and then they can reciprocate that.
I like that. Dr. Frankum, from a medical perspective, and from Total ER, and also outside of that, within the community, Chance mentioned that you're building your network outside of the community and the vibrant Frisco community that we have. How do you look to identify strategic partnerships?
Well, I think what applies to medicine applies to business. For me, a strategic partnership would be a mutually beneficial opportunity in which all parties benefit to yield growth, increase cash flow, and net profit. That's what we're in the business to do.
Yes, sir. That's the doctor spoken like a finance guy right there. I like that. LJ, I want to hear from you. Here's the perspective that I want to hear from you, given the fact that Coach Cole's mentioned you're the youth of the group, right? And transitioning from athletics to building a financial business. How have you identified, or where are you looking to identify strategic partnerships? And the second part of that question is, how can we here on the screen help you? And how can the audience that's listening help you build your business and help you form those strategic alliances?
Yeah, so strategic partnerships mean to me is pretty much, how can you be different in a way, right? If you want to work with a person, a business, so if it's an individual, how can you be different? Because I guess other people want to work with that business or that person also, right? So you want to stand out. Right. But the next thing, and that's what I've been focusing on, is how can you add value, right? He was talking correctly. Doctor was talking correctly when he was talking about the net profit and things like that. Yes, but sometimes you don't always have to make money in a partnership, if that makes sense, right? Because that TikTok post, that Instagram post, that reel, whatever it may also bring about a lot more than money. And then if it does bring money, it could bring a lot more of it. So being able to add value to that person, and even in my profession, right? It's not always okay. I'm telling a person what to do, right? If it's somebody that I want to work with that's making millions of dollars or that has around $500,000 looking to invest or to get a life insurance policy with, I want to make sure and I want to find out what they need and how can I add value to them, because I understand if I treat them right, if I do them right, and I put them in the right product, not even focusing on the money, because that's going to come regardless, then I know referrals going to come from that. Business is going to come from that, and I'm going to get blessed from that. So that's what that means to me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I love that answer. We talk about it all the time on the show here, being relational rather than transactional. And I think that's exactly what you're getting at, is building those relationships. If you build it, they will come, right? So that's 100% spot on. And you brought up something good there. Also, you mentioned TikTok, right? So I've got to ask you, as the young guy of the group, what sort of community platforms are you using to build your strategic partnerships, or not build, but really identify, right? So you mentioned TikTok. What else you got going on as far as?
So it's tricky because in a way you are who you hang around in a way, but then again, it's like, okay, I'm an athlete, right? So everybody that hear LJ, they hear the football player. Well, I'm in the transition mode, and it was hard. So I had to talk to some people that understood where I was coming from. That it takes time. It took time to be an athlete. It took time to get my 40 down. It took time to get to this point where I can catch different passes and run down and tackle, whatever. So I can't expect that on coming to a new profession that I've been doing for about a year to just come in and kill it, even though I have. So when I do use social media, I'm trying to change the narrative in a way, and it's going to take time. I might put a post out there, right? And it might be a poll, okay? And this is real life. So, like, let's say I post a video of me catching an interception. It might get uh, 20 shares, 150 likes, whatever it may be. Then I put something on about life insurance or an annuity or something like that, that gets like 4 likes. And it's frustrating because I'm giving people the information that they need, whether they knew they need it or not. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I'm trying to use TikTok. Me and my teammate Faison #5, we have a podcast called the Unfazed Podcast, and we just try to use what we see other people doing it. That's in our profession, but at a bigger level, because everything is a copycat game, no matter what it is, right? I mean, I'm also a trainer, so if I'm training kids and I see a video that I like, I might take it from them, use it for myself. It's the same thing in business in a way, but I could just create it if it's in a different occupation or whatever. I can make it my own. But I use TikTok, I use Instagram, I use YouTube. I throw little bits of things out there. I stay up with the trends, right, that people like, and I kind of make it my own way. And if it's a TikTok trend with a dance, or if it's a TikTok trend with it was this one TikTok trend that said, "Hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I got entrepreneur in my bio," or "I'm an entrepreneur. I stay on LinkedIn all day," and I made it in a fun, cool way, and it kind of blew up on my TikTok. So I just stay with the trends, see what's still hot and going on right now, and try to be creative. And I also use like ChatGPT and AI, because that's a big help nowadays, making everything a lot easier for everybody in every business. I feel like if you just understand how to use it and make it my own. So I do use a lot of social media and things of that sort.
Yeah, no, that great answer. And I know we've got one believer in AI, and he's not on the screen, but he can talk. And that would be none other than Landon. He's a firm believer in AI, and absolutely a great way to be efficient about it. Looks like we've got Fighters Marketing in the house as well. What's going on, guys? So wanted to ask you guys, since we do have marketing, since you're in the screen, now we can get an answer. So we're talking about strategic partnerships and building, identifying, forming those, and growing those to create new business. So that is our business topic of the month. I want to ask you guys how you go about doing that process, right? Identifying, sharing, leveraging whatever community platforms you guys leverage, and ultimately growing those relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. This year has been huge for us on brand awareness. That is a huge focus for us. So, we've looked into, for us, the biggest thing is like location around Frisco. Who can we partner with around Frisco? Because Frisco may not know about the Frisco Fighters Indoor Football League. So it's really location based for us. And then finding people who their beliefs match up with ours. So, we've, not that they're in Frisco, but Billy Bob's in Fort Worth, we've worked with them to both help each other out in that aspect. But then, looking into places around Frisco, like we work with the Frisco Football League, which is a youth league, the FFL, and we've been working with them to just get more, football fans that would be interested in football that would come out to our games. So, I mean, the big thing about the Frisco Fighters is we've been here like 4 to 5 years. So we're still in those new stages. We're newer than the Frisco Rough Riders, the FC Dallas, the Cowboys, of course. So it's really just getting our name out there. And location is huge for us. And then also just people that also believe in the same thing. So the Frisco Football League, we've done a lot of stuff with like the community. It's just working with people around here to just get our name out there, and it benefits both groups. If it's just a food drive, we're going to come help and help pack food, and that benefits them because we're giving them helpers, but it benefits us as well because we're getting out in the community. So strategic partnerships are huge for us this year. It's been a huge focus for us. It's just brand awareness.
Yeah, love that. And I like that, the aspect that you're partnering with the Frisco Football League, because it is huge. Like, okay, we're in Texas, right? We're in Sports City, USA in particular. So youth football in Frisco is a big deal. So my son played a lesser popular sport, hockey, ice hockey, right? So not as popular here in Texas or in Frisco, but Frisco in particular. But the model of the Dallas Stars and how they built their youth hockey program and awareness of the Stars, which, believe it or not, the Stars NHL team, right? They moved from Minnesota. What was the North Stars became the Dallas Stars. Not many people around here knew about ice hockey in general or the Dallas Stars. So what they did was they went out and built ice rinks. And I think they started in 6 different cities, one of which is Frisco. They built ice rinks and built from the grassroots up, youth involvement in the sport, which then translated up. And obviously they're doing a lot of push down marketing as well, but it's a proven method, and it's cool that you guys partner, you have that partnership with the Dallas Stars, because I'm sure some of that knowledge can be shared with you. I guess another way of partnering, right? And knowledge sharing. So that's 100%. Pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a lot of it is what Chance said too. It's about who's doing things the best, right? If you're aligning yourself with other organizations who are known for doing things the best, your name kind of gets tied to that, right? So I love when Chance kind of brought that up. It just made sense. It's something that we aim to do, but we don't say out loud a lot. But it made a lot of sense when Chance said that.
I wanted to comment on what you guys were mentioning too about the amount of time you've been around. So, a lot of these, we've a little over 2 years in Frisco, and we're growing more and more every year. But when you get a few years under your belt, you get there's a lot more awareness, and it makes a big difference. So I want to say maybe to a struggling business owner that's listening, the longer you can stay in, you're going to start getting those repeat customers. You're going to get that awareness, but it takes 3, 4, 5 years. And so you guys are starting to feel it now. You've had some successful seasons. You're now on the way with you got 4 years in. People are starting to learn about you. More people are going. People are inviting their friends. So I'd say that as a motivational factor, if you're a year in your business, just you're going to get there. Just you got to keep fighting.
Yeah, I like that, Chance. And we do have to take a quick commercial break here, but what I do want you guys to think about 2 things: building brand ambassadors. So exactly kind of what you're just talking about, Chance. We may struggle up front, but don't give up the fight. How do we build those brand ambassadors through our partnerships, number one? And then the other topic I want to talk about is influencers. And specifically, I want to talk to the fighters folks about some influencers that you guys have either created, because I know there's some cool stuff out there that you guys have done, and who you partnered with. So we'll get into that after this commercial break, but real quick, let's give our sponsors some love. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Hey Texans, hold on to your hats. The Mesquite Championship Rodeo, newest sponsor partner of the Community Difference shows, is back, bigger and better than ever. Witness the heart-pounding action as the best riders in the world compete for glory. Feel the thrill of the chase, the raw power of nature, and the unbreakable spirit of the West. Don't miss your chance to be part of the legend. Get your tickets now for the Mesquite Championship Rodeo or win yours free just for watching the Community Difference shows.
Are you searching for fast, reliable, and affordable heating and air solutions in the Wiley, Sac C, Murphy, Garland, Rowlett, Levon, Richardson, Plano, and Allen areas of Texas? Then look no further than Martin Heating and Air LLC. With over 15 years of experience, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service tailored to your specific needs. Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your comfort. Call us today at 469-380-9864 or visit our website to schedule an appointment. Martin Heating and Air LLC, your trusted partner for all your heating and air conditioning needs.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
Buying a home? It should be an exciting time, not a stressful one. At Proven National Title, we understand that buyers want fast, reliable, transparent, seamless, convenient title and closing services. Therefore, our services are not limited to our office or yours. Let Jackie Tobar and all the fine folks at Proven National Title help make your dream of homeownership a reality. Call us today for a smooth and stress-free closing. Contact us at 972-752-8540 or email at jackie.tobar@provennationaltitle.com. Proven National Title. Give me one and I'll earn the rest.
To belong is one of our most basic human needs. Best Buddies International is the world's largest organization dedicated to ending the social isolation of 200 million individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. We focus on meaningful one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, leadership development, and inclusive living. You have the power to make an impact, create change, and champion our mission of inclusion today.
And now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Great to see some new commercials in there. One of which is Best Buddies, our global nonprofit partner, doing exactly what you just heard on that commercial. So Tracy Churchman is the Texas region, North region fundraising representative here, and she is a co-host on the show. She was on last week as her maiden voyage, and look forward to having her back on the program as a co-host. But great to see those new sponsors on board. Just kind of resurfacing here on the topic and reframing, we're talking beyond referrals, developing strategic partnerships that create new business together. You see it scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Some great insights so far. What I wanted to talk about was those two things that I had mentioned before the break. So brand ambassadorship and how do we create that? And then number two, the influencer marketing piece. So I'm going to ask the Total Care ER guys, brand ambassadors. So Chance, I know you're out in market quite a bit doing the networking. Dr. Frankham, it sounds like you've partnered with Chance a bit. What kind of conversations do you guys have about how to identify and how to build those relationships to build those brand ambassador type relationships?
Well, first, let me say, I think what we do when we get a person to send us a patient, the care they get is really the top care you can get in the industry. So they have a really positive experience when I've had multiple patients that have gone to see Dr. Frankham, or my wife will refer somebody and they'll say what a great experience they had. So when I'm out with let's say they're a referral partner, I've got like 15 people I do a networking event with, medical networking. Well, once they send us a patient, that patient has a great experience. That makes them look better. So then I've got people that want to work with me and want to network with me. So that's one way that we find the people we want to work with. And then Dr. Franklin's been in the area 30 years. So he's got a great network and he knows who the best people are. So that's another way we've sort of got experience on our side.
Love that. So building brand ambassadors through good service, right? That's a great easy way to do it. Do you guys utilize any influencers out there? It doesn't seem like the type of business that would utilize that, but you never know.
I mean, I would say we've hired new content people. We're kind of on that edge. We're using a lot more AI. We're kind of scraping in it. We're learning about what our competitors are doing. So I don't think we've hired a specific influencer yet, but I wouldn't take it off the table. I mean, we're working with companies like the Richards Group. They're doing surveys. They're kind of seeing where our brand needs to go. So we're kind of getting that third party. So I'm really excited to find out I'll be in the meeting to find out what we learn from them. But definitely that's one area that the future could be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I like that. Well, LJ went off screen. I'm not sure if he's available, but there he is. I wanted to ask our young guy and the definitely the hippest of the crew, influencer wise. You mentioned it earlier, right? Like the lift and shift and not stealing content, but stealing ideas to form your own content. How has influencer, either partnering with or utilizing an influencer out there, how is that incorporated into your business building?
I just believe. Okay, so if you just think, I'll give you an example. So if you just think about it, it's really such a great thing. So if you think about it, on Instagram, they have something to where you can, I could just say, like, interlock with or connect with. If you make a post, you share and collaborate with that person that's maybe in the post or that's about to post, and now it's on both of you guys' page. So say if I have 5,000 followers and somebody got like 20,000 other followers, now they see my face on their page, I'm on their algorithm and things of that sort. But it's such a great thing. That's how I use it mostly for my time and things of that sort. But you see it on Twitter, you see it on Snapchat, you see it on Instagram, you see it on TikTok. So I really believe social media is king for business. I feel like if you may not be big on there, but if you did use social media right and you're not the hippest person on there, I'm sure your sales should at least go so far up. So I believe content and social media is king. So that's why I use it for what I do.
Well, you are years ahead of your knowledge of years are way ahead of your actual age, because we talk about that all the time, and Lennon has preached to us here at The Difference what sort of influence social media can make on your business and how to go about doing that. So
I'll even say this. So for example, we have this guy on our team that's a big time YouTuber, right? His name is Elon Mack. He's super big. Me and my teammate has our own podcast, right? We have him on there. Now he has 180,000 followers, and he almost have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. That's 1 million. That's 1 million faces, people, plus if you do that, the math on that's probably around 4 million others, just because they're going to tell somebody else and they're going to share it and they're going to retweet it and things like that. So once we drop that video and we share the pictures and we share the reels, I believe our podcast is going to blow, especially from people that's in his audience, right? That are kids that's coming to our games, that want to play football, that want to look up to an athlete that's also two financial advisors or two like financial reps and things of that sort. So that is it's just great, man. Like if you get somebody that's big and like you said, in some way it's almost transactional, but we're not getting paid. He's not paying us. We're not paying him. It's just him understanding. He's building his brand with our followers, and we help building our podcast and our brand with his followers.
Well, LJ, we've got to get your podcast information so we can share it with our podcast audience. Cross-pollinating is what it's all about, and like you just said, it's the reach is extremely powerful. The leverage is huge, astronomically huge. So, yeah, love it. So, in that chat box that you can see on your screen, we can't see it. Put your podcast info in there, and if we have time, Lennon can probably scroll it along the bottom of the screen. I think we're going to have to take another break here because we were running a little bit long. We got into this topic and we started blowing through it. But when we come back, what we want to do is put the spotlight on our guests, right? So, Dr. Franklin, we want to hear your story. How did you get to where you're at? What drove you? What's your why? What's your passion? Same with you, LJ. So we're going to do that on the backside of this next commercial break. Right now, Lennon, take us to commercial, and we'll see you on the back end.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party.
Everyone deserves access to affordable health insurance, but with traditional insurance, costs can be high and getting coverage can be complicated. JP Direct Health is a simpler, more affordable way to get the health coverage you need. With plans for individuals, families, and small businesses, you can save money on monthly premiums without the need for physicals. At jpdirecthealth.com, we specialize in customizing coverage to fit almost every budget with affordable PPO plans and many other benefits. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, JP Direct Health is a trusted resource making health insurance affordable and accessible for everyone year-round. Affordable health insurance solutions are a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Visit jpdirecthealth.com today and see how much you can save.
I'm always here to help. Thank you.
Enjoy DFW's most fun, affordable night out and catch the Rough Riders, the AA affiliate of the Rangers, at beautiful Riders Field in Frisco. The Riders are back home July 9th through 14th. The weekend opens with First Responders Night presented by Peak Roofing and Construction on July 12th, Texas Monthly Barbecue Night on the 13th, and Bluey Theme Day on the 14th. Get your tickets at ridersbaseball.com. The Frisco Rough Riders, the AA affiliates of your Texas Rangers.
Are you or someone you know pregnant or planning to conceive? Caitlin Smith is both a certified childbirth doula and instructor offering childbirth classes to couples wanting an unmedicated, physiological birth outside of the hospital setting. Caitlin has served the local community since 2021 and specializes in working closely with midwives, all while best supporting a mother's physical body, her partner, and the birth environment. You can contact Caitlin through Instagram at thismamadoula or email her at caitlinsmithdoula@gmail.com to learn more about childbirth classes or her doula services.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
Okay, welcome back, and we are in our spotlight session. Before we get to that, I did want to say I saw the Rough Riders ad in there, and I failed to mention this during the What's Up Frisco segment, that the Rough Riders have a business networking event that they are putting on at the ballpark next Wednesday, the 24th of July, and it is at the Rough Riders Stadium, Dr. Pepper Ballpark over there. It is in the section over in left field. I forget what they call it, but it is a nice little venue over there. The venue itself is fantastic. That specific part of the ballpark is also great. I believe they have a free drink or two for folks that are showing up. They are very well attended, so go to that as well next Wednesday, the 24th, 5 p.m. Okay, so back to our show here, and let's put that spotlight on our guests. So, Dr. Frankum, let's start with you. I want to make sure that we get you some airtime here. Obviously, you're a medical doctor, so you're in the medical profession. However, Chance tells us that you're also very well networked in the community. I believe I saw a publication with you in it on the cover with the rest of your family. So tell us what drove you to Frisco? How did you end up in Frisco?
Well, my wife and I moved to Frisco, Texas from Maui, Hawaii in 1990.
From Hawaii?
Yes. Frisco, we had taken a year to basically travel all over the world to decide where we wanted to make our permanent home. The more we looked at Frisco, the better we liked it. When we moved here, there were 5,000 people. We have seen every change that you can imagine. It has been wonderful, a delightful ride.
Okay, so for clarification to those from out of town listening, you made the choice to move from Hawaii, the paradise of Hawaii, to Frisco, Texas. So that's a pretty good indication right there. That's awesome. So tell us about your family.
Well, I married my high school sweetheart, who is a trial lawyer. We've been married 42 years, no children.
Okay. Well, a doctor and a lawyer together with no children. I'm sure you don't have anything interesting to talk about. How long have you been with Frisco with Total Care ER?
About 3 years. About 3 years now. I was working for the company before Frisco Total Care ER opened. When it opened, they asked me to be the medical director, and I took over at that time.
Got it. Yeah. Well, what do you like to do? What do you and your wife like to do in Frisco?
Oh, well, we belong to the Cowboys Club. We belong to Stonebriar Country Club. My wife golfs all the time. We're at PGA Frisco. We're involved in something Frisco. I mean, honestly, 5 nights a week between the two of us, we have something going on somewhere. But we're just involved. We enjoy Frisco and the people in Frisco and all the opportunity. It's just exciting to us.
Well, I may have to hang out with you more often. It'll definitely increase my rounds of golf. That sounds pretty fun. No, that's great. What was I was going to ask you something specific. What made you decide to become a doctor?
My faith. I wanted to help people and animals. As I went through my journey, I wanted to become a servant leader, and I also wanted to be a community leader. And it was important to me that I try to do something, at least in my mind, that was God's work. And being an ER doctor just fit the bill for me. I'll explain it like this. On a given day, I may help 1 or 2 people. In a given week, I may change 1 or 2 people's lives. In a given month, I may save 1 or 2 lives. To me, that is a burden that I'm delighted to help. If I can help people, that's why I think I'm on this earth. It's not about me or the business or the money or anything. I just want to help people.
I 100% love that answer. That is fantastic.
Brian, I got to tell you one thing, and it's the honest to God's truth. Dr. Franken will, if I'm unloading marketing materials for my car and he's walking by, he will help me unload my car. He's truly a servant leader all the way through his course. I mean, people say that, but it's so funny when I see him at work and he's like, "What do you need help with? I've got, we're not always busy with patients. He's right there ready to help." So it's really, really, really neat. You don't see that in a lot of people. We've got a really great culture at Total Care, but that's a little extraordinary.
Chance, what I would call him helping you move stuff out of your car, that's called preventative medicine. One less back injury that he has to treat.
That's true.
Sorry, you teed it up for me, so I had to go there. No, Dr. Frankham, that's fantastic. I appreciate you sharing that about yourself. Love hearing that. That's you can't get a much better why than that. So thank you for sharing that. LJ, I want to shift over to you. Obviously, a very unique background in that, professional athlete. Coach Coles was telling us, I think you went to Allen. You played football at Allen High School. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir. Went to Allen University.
Allen University. Well, that's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
We were talking about it before the show. We had the current head coach of the Allen Eagles football team on the show a couple of years ago when they played St. John Bosco. We won't talk about the result of that game, but Allen University is a great little nickname there because, you pretty much have to be a university level athlete to be playing on that football team. Tell us about your why. What drives you? Tell us all about that. I want to hear it.
Okay, my why, and it's funny. I was just on one of my friend podcasts, and she asked me this question. My why is simple, man. It's simple. I've always been a big thinker, right? And I've always stood out and always done big things. My why is just the fear of being average. Simple. Like, we have this life, and you can literally do anything you want to do, right? So I want to try so many different things just to become that person that, I want to become, right? Like, and I could talk a lot about this because I'm very passionate about this, but growing up from Cincinnati, Ohio, right, you don't see too many millionaires. You don't see too many people that got businesses. You see welfare, you see people dying, people selling drugs, things of that sort. So no matter if you're white or black, if you're a kid that grows up, to be honest, the thought that goes to your head is, what's the quickest way to retire my parents? What's the quickest way to become rich, to become wealthy in a way, or just to have your time, right? Because a lot of people think, people be chasing time or chasing money. No, I'm just chasing freedom in a way, if that makes sense. I wanted something different with my life, man. Like, I had a cousin named John Connor. He went to the University of Kentucky, got drafted to the Jets, played fullback. And so seeing him and how his life went from the next level and things that are soaring, and just me playing golf and doing football and basketball and many different other sports. My dad put me in those things because sports teach you real life lessons, how to deal with adversity and other things like that. But, I later moved here just because, my aunt had this house and she built for us out here in Allen. So her kids and her grandkids and her sister's kids, her brother's kids, to come out here and have a better education, a better life. So when I fast forward, I moved here because a lot of my friends have stayed on the same course, or they did not stay on the same course. They veered off and did many different things. And I've always been a person that I'm gonna stay, goal oriented and stay that course because I believe that life is greater on the other end. So when they start doing different things that I wasn't really partaking in, I moved here. My life just went to the next level, man. Like, I love it here. You get so much money, there's so many connections, there's so many businesses and just people. And like I went to the sports academy today. I got Jamar Chase in there. I got Justin Jefferson in there. I got so many guys that are just in my backyard where I literally train at, like, that I can talk to and talk and feed off of. I got Rayshawn Gary. I got Debo Samuel, who was just on that Receiver Netflix special. And I'm asking him questions like, bro, like, what made you choose your financial advisor? Where do you have your money in? What are you doing this? What is your financial advisor with Merrill Lynch? What does he have you doing? Just so I can learn, and when I get to that certain point, when I'm dealing with clients like that I be ready. But I can go so long with this, man. But to keep the long story short, not making it to the NFL, if I just had this big picture of retiring my mom, my dad, living this certain type of life, the thing was, okay, what can I do? My dad is a pastor. He always told me, like, pray about it. What can you do, or what is it that you're already doing that you might have a passion for? Because I was struggling. I didn't know what it was. As an athlete, when you play sports for so long, you get one-track minded. You don't know how to do anything else, right? That's why a lot of people that kill themselves or just become homeless or whatever and just stay right there in that area. And I just didn't want that to be me. You know what I'm saying? I always say this: my goal never changed with what I want to do and how the life I want to live. The approach did. The goal of making it to the NFL changed, or the approach to the NFL having this type of money changed. But the goal and the approach of me doing this now can still give me the opportunity to still help people and change my life and retire my mom and my dad and things of that sort. But to answer your question, man, it's just the fear of being average, to being has been, just because, and just to waste the talent that God gave me. Like that's just disrespectful. I don't want to do that, you know. So yeah.
I love that, and that actually is a topic that we kick around quite a bit here at The Difference. Do you want to be average or do you want to be exceptional? One of our acronyms is MESH, and that stands for Make Exceptional Shit Happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the fear of being average will take you a long way, because you don't mesh if you're average.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk more about that. Unfortunately, we've got to land this plane on time, which means we have only a few minutes for what we call rapid fire, right? So I'm going to go around the horn. Buckle up your seatbelts. I'm going to ask some easy questions and maybe some hard ones. So we're going to do this in about 2 minutes because I want to wrap this up on time. First one is a softball question. Is your bed made right now? I'm going to start with you, LJ.
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Franco.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chance. He said no. He's on mute, but he said no. He's on vacation too, though, so I'll give him a break. Coach Coles, is your bed made?
Yes.
Okay. Mine is not made. Today, I did not make my bed.
We're the slackers. Brian and Chance slacking off.
How did you ask these questions and you're the one with the bed not made? Come on, man.
Good point.
I have
LJ, he doesn't have the fear of average right now.
I know,
right? I was busy meshing. I wasn't making my bed. I love being called out. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. A medium difficulty question. Hot dog, hamburger, or pizza? Coach Coles.
Hamburger.
Okay. Chance.
Hamburger, no bun. Carnivore diet. Come on.
Okay. Dr. Frankham.
Hamburger, no bun.
Okay. LJ.
Hamburger, baby, all the way.
I'm breaking the trend. I gotta go pizza. I'm from Chicago. Pizza all day long. All right. Last question, since we are short on time. Karaoke gun to your head. You have to sing karaoke or you will die. What's your go-to song? LJ, we're gonna start with you.
I'm gonna say just any song by Drake. It don't matter what it is.
Drake song. Okay, we'll go with that. Dr. Franco.
You lost that love and feeling.
Ooh. And you can have the whole bar sing with you, since everybody knows that song after seeing Top Gun. Chance.
It's Don't Stop Believing, and I'll be singing it in about 3 hours.
All right. Go get that margarita, my friend.
I'll tell you a funny story about that. I have to pay money because the place I'm going here in Alabama won't let me sing it. So I have to bribe the bartender because everybody sings that song all the time. So it's kind of fun. So I'll have to spend some money to sing it tonight.
Bring your cash. That's right. Coach Coles, what about you?
Summertime, Will Smith.
All right, that's a good one. Today is a good day, Ice Cube, for me. All right. On that note, we have a couple minutes. I want to make sure that the audience remembers and knows who you are and knows how to get in touch with you guys. So I'm going to start with the guests first. I'm going to ask you very quickly to say who you are, what you do, and share very briefly your key takeaway from the show or what you enjoyed most about the show. LJ, we're going to start with you. You're on mute, my friend.
My name is LJ McConnell, but my real name is Lionel McConnell. I'm a financial advisor with Western Southern Life, wealth management company out of Westlake, Texas, over there by South Lake. I loved how I got to get to learn from all you different guys, right, on this call, and just see how you use your businesses to reach out to people or just to how to strategize and partnership. So this was a great opportunity for me. So I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Thanks for being on the show. We appreciate you. Dr. Franco, same questions to you. Who are you? What do you do? And what's your key takeaway from today?
Max Frankham, Medical Director, Total Care ER, Emergency Physician. My takeaway is all the great ideas for expanding our total care business. I learned a dozen things we can put into action this week.
Love that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being on the show. Chance, Coach Coles, same thing for you guys real quick, and then we'll say goodbye.
Yep, Chance Post, Total Care ER. My big takeaway was I think I got to get with Lionel on this TikTok and podcast.
Yes, sir.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Collaboration. All right, Coach Coles.
My name is Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters. We look forward to seeing you the next 2 weekends here in Frisco. And my biggest takeaway was something that everyone here said today was that if you help people first, the rest will fall into place.
Amen. I love that. Well, we will be at the game this weekend, so we will see you there. Gentlemen, all of you, thank you all for your time today. Coach Coles and Chance, good to see you. Good to co-host with you guys. LJ, Dr. Frankham, great to meet you guys today. Look forward to seeing you guys out there. In the meantime, everybody have a good, safe weekend. Stay cool this weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye all.
Back on vacation.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus. Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending. Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers. Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency. Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking. Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. Tracy Churchman with Best Buddies. Kristen King, marketing rep with the Frisco Rough Riders. And by Bethany Rowan, realtor with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference.